what we can say, whatever is present inside the private subnet. We just need a Bastion host, so it just acts like a jump server. So we just first have to enter inside the Bastion host, then we can have access to those services which are present in the private subnet. So this concept we are following about so many years. So basically, what happens in this? So it will cost Bastion host. So we have another. We need a manpower. So to managing the Bastion host and internet gateway, and just routing those. What we can say, routing those security groups or IPs between these two, right? So to private subnet. So this really overcomes then when we talk about the Bastion host. So in this, we have to just manage the Bastion host, and it will obviously cost uh, much. And when we talk about the EC2 Instance Connect, it's just a free of cost. So it doesn't have any cost unless and until we just it will only charge the data package transfer. So whatever the data we transfer, so that will charge inside this. Okay. So when we compare the Bastion host to this endpoint, so what first we'll tell, like Bastion host involves the operation head of patching, so managing those route tables between Bastion host and those with the private instances. And also we have an additional cost. So sorry. So basically handling the Bastion host over the instances, so it will cost much. Okay. So with respect to EC2 endpoint, so it is free of cost. It doesn't cost any charge until and unless it uh, use much on the. It depends upon the workload. So it usually follows the standard cost to whatever the transfer between one availability zone to another region. Okay, so that's what it cost. So next part is the demo part. So let me share my screen again. Any questions till now, or should I switch to the demo part? Okay, I will take it as no. So let me share my screen again. Okay. So to begin with this, so first of all, we create a VPC. So in that, what what I mentioned here is, so this is the VPC name, speak is VPC. When I click on this, so it offers the two subnets, which both are private zone. Okay, so to create the VPC, I think everyone is aware how to create those VPCs. So what I did is just create on VPC and just VPC and more functionality. Just automatically creates the subnet and routing and everything that we according to our requirement. So let's say if we need more availability zones, okay, so we can just manage those. And if we number of public subnets or private subnets, so right now it does not need any public subnets, so that's why I click on node 0, and then I require two private subnets, so that's why I click on node 2, and no internet gateway or net gateway, and that's it. And VPC endpoints. So what type of endpoint do I need to do? Do I need to integrate it with the S3 gateway? So it doesn't require this, so I just click on this, and with this we can create a VPC, right? So inside this VPC, what I did, I just created the endpoint. So so this is my endpoint which I created. Okay. So let me tell you that also. So when we create an endpoint, so basically there are 5 types of endpoint that AWS offer. So what I did, I just click on the EC2 Instance Connect Endpoints, right? So and also to select the VPC, whichever I want to select it, and then I will just create that one. Okay. So what we did, we just create the VPC, and inside that VPC, we just create this endpoint. Okay, so and with this endpoint, we have to attach one security group. So if I navigate myself to the endpoint, so this is the endpoint which I already created inside the Speakeasy VPC, right? So when I click on this, so I just go to the security. So this endpoint has his own security group, right? This is a security group. So if I click on the inbound rules, so we don't have any inbound rules right now. Okay, and about the outbound rules, so it is just the basic outbound rule which allows all the traffic, right? So what we will do, we will just merge this endpoint with the EC2 instance. So then now I will navigate myself to the EC2 instance. So this is my instance already running. So what I did, I just created one instance which name is private instance. So like to create this instance, we can just enter the name of the instance and select the whatever the image we want to we need to create. And after that, we just add the key pair. And also, so this is the main thing. So whenever we create the instance, now we should add this security. So okay, let me open the security group of my private instance, right? You can have a clear visibility what I did. So this is the main thing to be noted. Okay, so when I created my private EC2 instance, so I just create an inbound and outbound role. Okay, so in inbound role of the EC2 instances, what I did is I just add the security group of the endpoint. So basically, we have the two security groups, right? So one security group is for the endpoint, and another security group is like for general EC2 instance. So to merge that endpoint security group to the EC2 instance, so what I did, I just mentioned the security group here. So when I click over there, so my endpoint security group name is this. This is the endpoint security group, right? So I like mentioned here, and another is just for the for the use cases about if someone wants to get an access from within the VPCs. So this is CIDR of my VPC. So that I mentioned, and also if I want to access this private instance through my local, so I also like just do this is my local IP, right? So this is the inbound rules, and this is about the security group right now. Okay, so if I click on this, so whenever we need to connect, so earlier what we do is, so whenever we need to connect the private instance, we have to first get inside the public one, and then from that public one, we just pass the key in to the private, and then we can just like access those private instances, right? So here, with the ease of the endpoint, what we can do is we can just directly click on this instance and do connect. So I will tell you both ways how we can access this private EC2 instance through this console as well and through CLI as well. Okay, so right now I just click on connect, and then I just type it here. So this does not have any public IP because it is a private subnet, right? So I just click on here. So this is my username and the tunnel duration. So maximum time that is, and the endpoint which I created. So I have to mention here. So this is my endpoint name. Okay, EIC. So this is my endpoint name. So what I will do is I will just click on connect. So it will just connect over the console to my private instance. See. So right now I'm inside this private instance through console. Okay, so we can do that with the help of EC2 endpoint. Okay. So, and another way to SSH into this is like we just run the command. So if I search it over here, SSH into the private EC2 to EC2 endpoint. I think yes, it works. So like AWS is really good when we talk about the documentation perspective. So this is the diagram which I already explained in the PPT. So and also like when we are managing this endpoint, so it basically we need to it's about the use case. So if we need to create a user through IAM role, and then we can just access gives those limited permissions, and then we can access those endpoints, right? So this is what the step gives, and another is like getting started with this. So here it is just created the endpoint through the CLI. So what we did it through the console, so they created it through the CLI, right? So after this, so this is the one-click command. So basically, what I did it here is, so what I log in through the console is that is a one-click command, right? So when I want to access through the my local machine, so that is command given over here, right? So let me open my terminal. So first of all, we have to navigate ourselves toward to the key where it is kept. Okay, so let me paste this command over here. So we have to just replace those values with the uh, parameters which we want to define. So let's say with SSH key. So my key name is private. And then with the instance, that means instance ID, which is over here. You have to just copy this instance ID and paste it over here. Then my user is Ubuntu, right? As we already know that. Okay. So when I click over here, okay. So now we are inside the private instance. So this is what how we can overcome with the Bastion host. So this technology is introduced by the AWS 1 or 2 months back. So I think uh, someone or nobody is aware of this. So that's why I introduced this topic in the speakeasy. Any questions till now?
No, Raj.
So this is how we can just get inside the private instance through EC2 endpoint, right? Yes. Okay. So what I did is, so first we create a VPC. So this all occurs in a same VPC, right? So what I did is I just create a VPC. So my VPC name is this speakeasy VPC, right? So inside this VPC, I created a endpoint service endpoint. So this is the endpoint which I created inside this VPC. So this is my endpoint, right? So in that endpoint, I just created a security group which is attached with this endpoint. When I click on the security group, so these are the inbound and outbound. So inbound rules, I doesn't define anything. Okay, so if I talk about the outbound rules, so it will just allowing all the traffic. Okay, so how I attach this endpoint with the EC2 is, so what when okay, let me navigate myself to the EC2. So So my EC2 is also running in the within the same VPC, right? So so this is my EC2. So what I did is I just if we need to connect, two things we need to take care. Okay, so one first thing is security. So first we have to add the same security group, whatever we mention in the endpoint, so that our EC2 knows how we can manage the security group of endpoint as well, right? So what we did is just merge the security group of endpoint to the EC2 security group, right? I just mention over here. So these are my endpoint inbound rules. So this is the security group of my endpoint, right? And this is the security group of VPC CIDR within the VPC. So and this is for my local. So whatever if I want to access this private instance to my local, so this is also I mentioned over here. Okay, this is what. And another thing is one is security group, and another thing that we need to take care is, so whenever we connect this instance, so we just click it over here, and then we have to just mention that endpoint, whatever we made. Okay, so we just like click on here and then connect. So it will navigate to you to the console CLI inside the AWS private instance. So this is how it works. Any other questions? Exactly. So this overcomes the use case of Bastion. So we know we don't want to require Bastion hosts right now when we are using this. Any other questions from anyone? I will take it as no.